Welcome to Trusting Yourself Day. This day is dedicated to learning to trust yourself, to trust your body, to trust your intuition, and to trust your judgment, and to trust your intelligence and your intellect. We're going to find ways of developing this trust with our body about life. Remember, there is no right or wrong way, or right answer or wrong answer, or positive outcome or negative outcome. All of this is flawed. Remember, how many times have you thought something was the perfect way to do it, and then it didn't work that way, and you said, I screwed things up? You didn't screw things up. It was meant to go exactly like that. And how many times have you thought, wow, this is a no end, nothing's going to work out, it's a dead end, the whole thing's destroyed, and it all worked out magnificently. So that is showing you that sometimes you actually don't know what's right and wrong. So don't go around believing that you don't know what's better and somebody else does, and then you screwed up. You didn't screw up. That's exactly how it was meant to go. And you have to teach your body today that however the situation goes, you know there's a greater divine plan at play in everything that you do. So here's some of the things that we're going to do today. When you're presented with a choice, even in your mind, about what to do and how to do it, choose the first thing that comes to mind. Start developing this trust. So if you say, I want to do something, say, yes, I'm doing that. And even though your brain's going to say, well, you haven't evaluated all the options, I don't want you to evaluate the options. I want you to go with the first thing and invest in the process. And whatever the outcome is, you don't care, because you know ultimately it's working in your favor. And we have to teach our bodies to invest in the process, not the outcome. So do the first thing you decided to do, and don't look at any other options. Here's another example. Go into the restaurant and order the first thing that you see. Don't even think about it. Say, yes, I'll take that, knowing that if it's not good, you're okay with it, because you're trusting life. And you'd be surprised how many times that it actually turned out really nice, or that you had a new experience instead of being stuck in your same, ordering the same things and experiencing the same emotions. There's no guarantee that had you ordered the dish that you always used to, that it would have turned out the same. How many times have you been to a restaurant, ordered the same dish, yet it didn't taste the same twice? Even the meals that you cook. So there's no guarantee in repeating the same pattern. You can't dip your leg into the river at the same place twice, can you? Remember, the reason why we choose the same options over and over again is because we're afraid of the outcome, fearing that's going to do something horrible to us, when there's nothing that's going to happen to us. We just may grow from the experience. So ignore what your mind is perceiving as the right thing to do, and jump into it. Jump into the deep end and allow yourself to experience another dimension of life. Learn to let go of expectations. Learn to let go of expecting things to be your way. Let them be as they are. Expect nothing, and allow the universe to surprise you in every single way, and don't fear any of the outcomes. And this is what ends up destroying so many relationships, including partnerships, right? Because you have all these expectations that you put on them, and they disappoint you, because that was not their expectation, it was yours. Whenever you go through expectations, you end up setting yourself for failure. Rather have no expectations and flow with life, and look at what amazing things happen in your life. Learn to venture into the unknown. Take a different route, eat something different, say something different, do something different today. Whatever that may be, challenge your beliefs and be okay with it being uncomfortable, because you are going to be okay. But you have to teach your body this by doing those things and then amplifying the win and saying, wow, look at that. It was actually fine. And so that builds up momentum to trust yourself even more. And the more you do this, the more daring you'd become. And then the more new experiences you encounter, and you develop more trust with yourself. So I want you to purposefully mess things up. So we're always trying to be perfect, and that's what's causing all this resistance and not allowing us to explore life with all its wonderful facets. So go into a meeting and say the wrong thing, and expect them to return back to you and say, how could you say that? And you just smile and say, I'm sorry. And this creating this sort of uncertainty and unpredictability, knowing that you're going to be okay, is what develops this trust with yourself. You can do something as crazy as going outside with noisy shoes and let people look at you and smile back at them. Instead of you trying to be all prim and proper, look like the fool. And you'll be surprised that it's not so bad. And you'd find people smiling with you, laughing with you. And most of the time, you'll find that nobody notices what you do because people are so caught up in their own minds. Here's another thing, we're all afraid of being stupid. So go out and do something stupid. Say something stupid. And notice that it wasn't so bad. So do something crazy and say something stupid, within reason, of course. But the more you do that, the more adventurous you get and you start trusting yourself. Also learn to say, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I don't have any idea. Instead of saying, I have to come up with the answer and I have to know all the answer, just say, I don't know. And build up momentum by doing these things outside of your comfort zone. And so teach your body that you can trust in life, and no matter what you do, you can't screw up life. And then you start taking bigger risks and you're overcoming all your fears and you're becoming the person that you're always afraid of becoming. And now you can step into that person knowing that you're okay. So be daring in your social life, in the patterns in your home life, in your own personal circumstances. Push that barrier, change your beliefs, do things you wouldn't do, and become the new version of yourself. As Jalaluddin Rumi said so beautifully, he says, destroy your reputation, become notorious, dare to do the things that you fear, because that is where your growth is and where all your dreams reside.